So this is Miss Boone here with my part 2 of my North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo transit. As you can hear, I'm definitely under the weather, super congested, so please excuse me. However, I just had to get this out, and it's actually promoting for me to do this exact work as it pertains to this transit, and I'll explain. I'm going to try to keep this as short, simple, and sweet as possible. If you haven't checked out my first video on the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, go check that out. It's on my Facebook page and on my YouTube page. So what I wanted to talk about for the part 2 in regards to this transit is the illusions surrounding the work that we do for ourselves, the work that we do for others, and the service that we provide as well. That's one thing, so hold on to that. The other part is the dreams that we have being manifested in the real reality and what type of work it is going to require from ourselves in order to get those things manifested in the reality. A lot of times we have illusions surrounding the work that we feel like we need to do and the work that we feel like we don't need to do in regards to making our dreams manifested into our physical reality. Okay. And within that, we tend to focus and have illusions surrounding certain detail-oriented work, once again, that we feel like we should do, detailed work that we feel like we shouldn't do, right? Or just simply saying, hey, I don't need to do anything at all and everything's going to fall in my lap, okay? All of these things that I mentioned is going to be highlighted by the North Node in Pisces, but more so with Saturn and Neptune both being in the sign of Pisces, which it will move into Aries this year. Then it will retrograde back into Pisces for the final time, and then it will move out of Pisces beginning of 2026, okay? And so I want you to think about that, right? A lot of us have different dreams that we have envisioned for ourselves. Some that we haven't shared, more so the dreams that only a few people know or that nobody else knows, right? However, in regards to the work that needs to be done in order to get to those dreams, to make them come down into the physical existence, a lot of times we tend to self-sabotage ourselves or focus on the smaller details that really, in the bigger scheme of things, don't really matter, right? To where we have such a focus on the minute, detailed things that ultimately stop you in your tracks from even putting yourself out there, pursuing your dreams, etc. Because you're so focused on this detail or these 3, 4, 5 details. Or like how Virgo tends to want to have everything in the right order. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be flawless, no imperfections. And in the pursuit of that extreme Virgo-ness, if that's the word, a lot of times we don't even take off, or we were already working on our dreams and we stop and we never get back on to go after those dreams, okay? And so that's going to be coming up, okay? Because, like, I'll use the example really quick. You have a stained glass window, right? It has multitude of different colors. Throughout that entire process of you making the stained glass, you had so many different wonderful experiences, so many memories were created, right? But this one piece on that on that stained glass didn't turn out how you wanted it to be. You wanted it to be the color red, but the red didn't work right, so it just remained clear. And it's just one little piece, but you're focusing on that one little piece and thinking that the whole stained glass needs to be thrown out. It's terrible. So you throw it out and you get a regular window because you don't want to make the stained glass over again. You're like, oh, I don't want the same mistake to happen. This is Virgo stuff. Oh, well, what if this worry wart? Virgo can be a worry wart, hypochondriac, okay? And so instead of the stained glass that you have that is amazing, and only you are focusing on that small piece of glass that didn't turn red like you wanted, nobody else notices it. And you had so many memories and experiences that were made through the process of you making the stained glass. But now you just got a regular window up, and there's no experiences that were had. There were no lessons that were learned. There were no memories that were impactful to you, because you just put a regular window up, even though it may be flawless and free of any blemishes. Do you see what I'm saying? So those experiences, the memories that were had, the spiritual essence of the journey of you creating this stained glass over a year, you're gonna have 2 years it took you to make it. All those things is what makes the stained glass, in conjunction with the beauty of it as well. And then you not focusing on that one small detail that everybody else is focusing on, right? Versus you just have a regular window that has none of those Pisces experiences, memories, journeys, things that you learned through the process. None of that was happening. You just had somebody come over, put the window up, and it's perfect, right? So that's the example I want to leave with you in regards to this transit.